Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance on Revengeance difficulty, and this is my S-rank guide for the aforementioned title. And we're on file R-00. We have one mandatory fight here versus a Gecko and 3 cyborgs. So parry the attacks of the cyborgs. If the Gecko is close enough to the cyborgs, you can do residual damage, massive damage to this Gecko. So take the opportunity when he gets stunned and he's dripping that green oil to capitalize on attacks here. And one of the issues is just the sheer inability to evade. So you're going to have to rely on parries here. And as you can see, I got a lot of the parries in, but they just didn't connect. He has to be close enough to you. It's rather disheartening when you get a parry, you earn a parry, I should say, and it just doesn't connect. So circle around this palm tree right here and double back and go to this alleyway over here. It's not much of an alleyway, but we've got 2 Fenrir's coming over here. It's an optional fight, but you might as well get used to it because you're going to have to fight one of these guys later, so it'll be easier. Okay, so you want to look for this attack right there is the easiest one to parry. Just perfect parry it and just take care of them. They don't expire when they have that sign over them unless they get damaged from the other ones. Watch out for them being in, not within melee stance in their gun range because they do a laser attack which instant kills you. So we'll run back over here, take care of this guy. There's actually 3 of these guys, but they only spawn one by one. So just be very careful. They all drop repair units. You can't use blade mode here to Zandatsu, but you can still use it, but it's not very effective. The second guy will drop right over here, and at first I thought this was going to be insurmountably difficult, but it really isn't. The third guy will drop right over here, and that is the totality of the battles over here. So just don't let them get any cheap hits. Just keep capitalizing on your strengths here. You've got a lot of moves, and the ability to parry is very, very helpful. So just go through the barricade here, and now we'll take on Metal Gear Ray. Okay, before I talk about this fight, I do want to just at least state that the battle that you do right before this with the Fenrir's and the cyborgs, it doesn't count for your time. So you won't be penalized if you take a long time for the fight, and you can skip it anyway. So this is the Ray boss fight. I've covered this guy a couple of times, but on my S-rank guide, it's gone. I deleted it, so I'm starting over here, and when the wind aura appears around that guy's head, he's going to charge you. He didn't do it on this attempt. It's either that he didn't do it, or he ran past me and I didn't get the parry to connect. You can parry his stomp too. There's a whole host of things that you can parry here, including the jaw attack that he does. You can parry it multiple times, even though his body armor breaks every time you do it. So I just take a single slash here because combo is not necessary. The only thing that's necessary is not dying here. With the plasma cannon killing you in one hit, though, you're going to need to restart. If you take any damage here, here's the thing about this. Does he do it? Just keep using that ninja run to deflect any of those stray bullets you don't want to take. You can't take any damage here. I think there is a fairly loose time window, so just a single block will suffice there, and just take a single slice in the air so that you don't waste too much time trying to kill him, and then you'll be prompted to do these blade time moments. What was I going to say? Yeah, so I'm going to have, anytime there's a ranked fight, you'll see the words ranked fight in the Metal Gear font in the bottom left. So if I'm doing a fight, I'll tell that it's not a ranked fight anyway, or I'll state that it's not. But just to be sure, anytime you see the words ranked fight in the bottom left, you have to perform well. So the reason I'm redoing this is because I could not S-rank Sam. But I'm going to keep trying, and it's one of those things where I love this game so much that I'm not going to stop playing it. It's fantastic, and I'm not going to stop until I S-rank the game. I got pretty far. But what else was something was on the tip of my tongue over here, and I'll remember it shortly. Oh yeah. Sorry. Since we have this is one of those unique chapters because you don't have any of your moves. You don't have any nano pastes at all. So anytime that you take critical damage to where you're getting hit in one blow, it's going to kill you. So you need to exit out of the game and then replace the save, because it auto saves everywhere. So exit out of the game, go to the title menu, and keep backing up your save, and keep replacing the auto save data with old data. And if you take any damage and you have to restart, that doesn't count against your deaths. What happens is it keeps adding up every time you die. It will keep first of all, you'll never get the S rank if it's a judge sequence where you're supposed to get an S and you have to no damage it if you've ever died, because they're going to take that into account. So it doesn't take, here's the thing where I was kind of confused before, but it doesn't take into account when, say you receive 25% damage on a fight where you're not supposed to take any damage, otherwise it's really hard to get the S rank. It doesn't take into, if you don't die but just get wounded and then restart, that doesn't matter. It's just one of those situations where we don't have anything to revive us. So until we do in the next chapter, if you do take damage and it's one of the more strict fights, you'll have to exit out and depend on the resuscitation that the nano paste does. So this is a really dangerous part for an S rank run, because you don't want to screw this up. What's going to happen is he's going to do the plasma cannon, but you do have enough time to hit him into the blade mode prompt. I didn't do it this time because I think I was a couple of hits away from what I needed to get him down to, like the low 70s. Well, I got him. After this, though, you have to perfect parry this, or you'll take 25% damage and you have to restart because you will not get the S rank. So he doesn't really give too much of an indication that he's getting damage there. You'll see considerable amount of your health off, and you've just forfeited your rank. So restarting is fine here as long as you don't completely die. And the scorecard, it doesn't come up until after the cinematic running sequence, which I did on my first time this time, but there we go with the perfect. Actually, there was nothing perfect about that. That was a standard block. Precision, it really isn't too important here. It's just hit in the direction of where the attack is coming from, press X. And one of my main problems about this game, it's just a self problem, where sometimes in this game you're rewarded for spamming the counter attack and the parry button. Like on Sam, there's a lot of times where I don't like to be a person that just spams buttons, but sometimes that actually works well. And it's a shame that it's like that, but I was trying to be too precise on that boss. But hopefully I'll be able to take him down. And anyway, so the scorecard, it should come up right here, but it doesn't. So this is another one of those really dangerous parts where one-hit deaths over here mean that you have to, when you get to this point where it says checkpoint, immediately exit out of the game unless you're really confident that you can do this, which I can't. Although, ironically, I did it on my first attempt here. But just exit to the title once you got the checkpoint, once it stops loading the checkpoint. Exit out to the title, save, and just copy your data into another file, and just make sure you have a backup. Always have a backup. Some of the longer levels too, you just don't want to have to restart a 30-minute level all over again. But when I say 30 minutes, that's just raw footage. These levels, they take a long time, especially if you're going for S ranks. But there's the S rank right there, and that's the last one you have to get. There's just 2 ranked encounters. And then we're just doing some running. You're not judged here whatsoever. But I just wanted to keep it in and welcome everybody back to the guide. It's back on track. I don't know if I'm going to buy the order. It's a really risky purchase at this point in my life, because I don't know if I'll welcome that game with utter detestation and just resistance, because I don't think it's going to be a very good game. But hell, maybe it will be. What else? I picked up Alan Wake, and I was going to do that too, but I think this game is just, it's too good. It needs to be played. It needs to be S-ranked, and it's so fucking good. I can't tell you how good this game is. That's not good, though, having to waggle that fucking analog stick. But anyway, I want to welcome everybody to the guide, and take care, and I'll see you in file R-01. Best regards.